Sam, was that game as frustrating to play in as it was to watch at times?
Yeah, it really was. It was a very stop-start game. I thought in the first half we played really well. We went into half-time up 10-3, and we knew that the first 20 minutes after the half-time, we really needed to come out, put the pressure on, play the ball in the right areas of the field. We failed to do that. We let them back into it, and come the end, it was just a little too late.
We had some chances though, didn't we, in that second half? We just couldn't convert.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously no pressure. It was massive pressure on Goody, and it was by the smallest of margins that we lost it in the end. But as a team, we should have played in their half more, and when it came down to the very end, we were just a little bit too late.
Sam, I shudder to think what your tackle count was today, probably in the 20s, but our defence today was pretty solid. Yeah, it was. We've done a lot of work on our defence over the pre-season, revolutionised the system. Everyone's bought into it, and we've been defending really well. We soaked up a lot of pressure in our 22 at times, but it's just one mistake and they got the try. So we got a lot to work on. There's some things to take from this game, but we are bitterly disappointed. Thanks, Sam.
Ed, we pulled it together pretty early on, scoring that first try, but then we seemed to really struggle to then collect our thoughts and really push on after that. What was your take on the 80 minutes?
I think, as you said, we started well, scored within the first sort of few minutes, and then it sort of came down to possession. Our defensive structure was really good, and they didn't seem like they were going anywhere. But we couldn't keep our hands on the ball for as long as we'd like. We played reasonably good territory, but they kept the ball well towards the end of the second half, towards the end of the first half, and then in the start of the second half, they came at us. Our defensive structure held strong, but eventually they went over. And then after that, to be fair, we picked ourselves up and we went straight back at them, and it was only because the ball bounced off the post in the last minute that we lost the game, so I wouldn't be too disheartened from it, to be fair.
One of the big positives to take out of it, with very little ball, our defensive structures look really good. How much would you put that down to the work that Brad's been doing with the defensive line?
I think Brad's been great, to be fair. I mean, the boys have all bought into this defensive structure, and I think it's different to what Wasps have been running before, and it's probably actually different to a lot of teams running in rugby union. You know, it's a very league-orientated defence, but it seems to be working really well for us when we get the structure in place. And because it's new, the longer we play together, I think the better it's going to get. So as long as we stick to our roles and stick to what we know and what we've been coached, I think defence could become a key part of our game this year. As, you know, obviously attack has always been part of Wasps' game, but I think we can make defence up there, level par with it.
After a very long pre-season, we're now into the season. We have to pick ourselves up again next week. How do you think the boys will do that?
You know, it's, as I said, you know, the ball hit the post the last play of the game. We could have played exactly the same match and won against one of the best teams in the Premiership. So you can't be too disheartened from it. We have a lot of belief in ourselves. Another tough fixture next week, extra away. You know, one of the toughest places to go. But we relish these challenges, you know, and we can get these games. If we can get some good performances in these games early on, then it's just going to give us momentum for the rest of the season.
Cheers, Ed. Thanks.